I still kind of remember you going to Dale Carnegie.
You know what's funny? I'll tell you what happened there.
So just people that know, Dale Carnegie's like a public speaking, like learning how.
Well, it's public. It's how to get along with people and how does public speak and.
So the public speaking did okay. How to get along with people?
No. Let me tell you what happened.
Who recommended it?
Bob Clark. No, the 8 owners. I was a hockey player, and I jumped from being a hockey player to a coach and general manager. And his philosophy was he had a group that if you were a worker and you got made a boss, it shows you how to talk to people and
motivate.
What?
And motivate. Players.
Yeah, motivate or whatever. And I didn't need it. I mean, I didn't think I needed it, and so they paid for it. And I said, "Well, I'll go next year."
Yeah, because just jump in. You look at it now. It is expensive.
Well, I think it was $500. I think it was $700 or something. Anyhow, so I said I don't need it, and they said they already paid for it. So I didn't go the first year. Then I didn't go the second year when I was in Rochester, New York. I was general manager, coach, and Bob Clark is done. We paid for this thing. At least go and say you don't want to go anymore. So I said, well, okay. It was out by the airport. I'll never forget it. So I went. And I thought, this is pretty good. And we did silly things. Silly things. We stand in a circle, and they'd say, tell a story. And one person, an ape was flying through the trees, and all of a sudden, he'd point to you, and you had to pick it up. You had to pick the story up. And you had a newspaper. It was ridiculous. I thought it was ridiculous. Then I started to notice the second one. I said, well, I think I'll go to the second one. And I noticed this old lady. She was crying. The guy, it was two failed people up above, but had graduated. We've given this lady heck. You get up there and speak in front of people, and she was crying. She couldn't. And I started to see she was getting better. I said, hey, I think I'll stay in this thing. And I stayed right to the very end. And I saw people that that couldn't speak in front of anybody. Get up, and they really helped me, because when I used to get up, I remember the very first time I get up in front of people, I blanked. I just absolutely couldn't. I looked out and I blanked. And Dale Carnegie, is he still going?
Yeah, you can still take the courses. They say they're very expensive now.
Tell the story at the end about the pen. You had to get up. Everyone had to get up and sort of tell.
Oh, I did. Well, you want me to tell that story?
Yeah, that is a funny story because no one would believe it.
Well, I never.
You were graduating.
Every week they'd give a little pen if you were good at the story, and I didn't get a pen. So
You didn't get a pen?
I didn't get a pen till I got till the last one. I thought we better give this guy a pen. But you had to get up and do a speech, and a good speech, because if you got a pen, about anything.
Yeah.
So I get up, these two people at Pill, and I said, you made this woman cry, and I give them a hard time, and they started to get tears in their eyes, and they thought I was serious. Anyhow, that's got a pen. So the story is, I got a pen, and I'll tell you, Dale Carnegie, it laughs.
Because they say the number one fear of people is speaking in front of people.
Oh, that's right too.
They say that's the number one fear, because that's a Seinfeld joke. The first thing is speaking in front of people. The second most feared thing is death. So Seinfeld's joke was, you'd rather be in the coffin than give the eulogy.
I don't know about that though, but I remember the very first time I got up to speak, I just blanked. I mean, I looked out at all these people waiting, and I got better, and I was pretty good at the end.
Yeah, because there was a time that you crisscrossed Canada doing banquets.
I did one time for the Green Cross fertilizer. I know people are listening. And we went across right from Vancouver, right straight across the fields and whatever they call it. And I did so many. I was having lunch one time. The guy says, well, we're having something over at the church. Why don't you come over and speak there? I was a jack of all trades. So I went over. I remember I woke up one time, I didn't know where I was. I had to look at the matches they smoked back in those days. I didn't know where I was. I did so many, and I was so tired. I really was.